All right, welcome back, everybody. So, after a long week, I was able to finally land into a decent lobby, which was honestly really, really helpful because I don't know if I got rusty because, like, I lost a lot of weird, like, twitchy habits, which was actually really nice because it felt a lot smoother today than it has in a long time, to be totally honest. And, that being said, I actually almost cried because I've been doing this for 7 months now because we're in July, right? Almost 8. Because I started like pretty much January 1st, and I have to give thanks to my wife for that because she got me my Logitech G923, and I learned basically all the core principles until it was literally holding me back. Whether it was the brake, whether it was the lack of input, or so on and so forth. So shout out to my wife because she, if it wasn't for her, I probably wouldn't have started. So not that it matters because my following isn't that big yet, but I appreciate you guys too. The 64 people who have subscribed and the casual 300 to 400 people that watch. Just thank you. But today, or last night rather, the biggest thing that I felt really smoothed it out was my left foot braking, because I noticed on a couple different cars, the brakes are affected differently based on like the brake bias, right? But even without adjusting that, I was really able to feel like the amount of brake I could just kind of hold. So that way, like, I just held the line like consistently without the car like kind of trailing off, which, funny enough, is actually a skill I learned off of Formula Racing, because you have to trail brake into a corner and then slowly release it out, and I don't know, just weird things transfer over. And I said this in my last video, so I'm not going to talk it to death, but the other thing was, so in this particular, on the BDC pack for Assetto Corsa, right, you can actually adjust the fuel type, right, which essentially just means like a little bit more or less horsepower and the way it burns efficiently. And I'm not going to get too deep into that, but essentially it makes your car have more horsepower or not, right? Which means I'm either consistently redlining it too much or not enough, or so on and so forth. But the principle here is, for these cars, slower is actually better. And I found myself not just like ramming cars unintentionally because I was just, I was the same speed. And this kind of taught me, don't like this just reinforces like what I would kind of already thought, which is like the less you adjust, the more you can work on your own skill, right? Because I'm trying to learn more about tuning, but the more I learn about it, the more I see like people just tune cars so much that it's like by the time you get to the place where you're actually drifting consistently, it's like you're not even drifting the same car. And I just don't like the idea of that, because like when people made these mods, right, they made these mods with the ability to tune, right, but they also made it with the purpose of these cars functioning a certain way, or maybe they didn't, and that's just what I would do, right? So my philosophy is like, okay, I can adjust the tuning of the gear ratios so that way my gears are shorter or longer, and I can adjust the tire pressure. And some cars, like the Formula Drift cars, they actually allow you to adjust the actual turbo power percentage, which gives you more or less horsepower and torque, so on and so forth. And it's served me well. My video on Friday is going to be some Formula drifting, which is always good times. And all I did throughout that entire thing was adjust the gear ratio a little bit, my tire pressure, and what else? Yeah, it was just the gear ratio and the tire pressure, and then the turbo percentage, because the good thing about those cars is you can drop the turbo all the way to pretty much 0, and you can just work your way all the way up for the power scale. So That was really good times. But I'm gonna shut up now and let you guys watch, enjoy the rest of this. There's some really good, really good times in here, like where I'm just door to door the entire time, or like there's some funky crashes people do, and it was a wild ride last night. I'm not gonna lie. And like, subscribe, comment, share, all that good stuff, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.